all the great stories that have dotted American history, there is none greater than the story of the Morgan Boys. In the late 1800s, American settlers began moving south in search of land, adventure, and most importantly, gold. Among these settlers was the Morgan family. Lynn and Lois Morgan and their two sons, Edward and Walt, set out to settle in El Paso, Texas. However, only 3 weeks into their trip, the Morgan family began running dangerously low on food. In a desperate attempt to survive, Lynn sent his two sons to search for food. After being gone for 6 days, Walt and Edward returned, only to find that their parents had been robbed and left for dead. Overcome with grief and yet still struggling to survive, Walt and Edward wandered until they came across a new settlement called Geiger City. Finding themselves out of food and money, these two brothers began stealing to survive. However, embittered by the death of their parents, their stealing quickly progressed from stealing food for survival to robbing banks to fill their greedy hearts. These two brothers quickly became the most infamous thieves west of the Mississippi. Wanted posters dotted the streets. The townfolk lived in fear as the brothers continued their reign of terror, stealing everything of value, killing every man who stood in their way. During one particular bank heist, Edward Morgan's greed got the best of him. He sent his brother Walt to stand watch out front, while Edward escaped out the back with all the money, leaving Walt to face the justice of the U.S. Marshals and the Texas Rangers. Overcome with rage from his brother's betrayal, Walt told the Rangers and the Marshals that he would give up the location of their secret hideout, but only for the right price. Whichever side gave him more gold, only then will he tell them his brother's whereabouts, and only then will the U.S. Marshals and the Texas Rangers bring the evil Morgan brothers to justice.